I just wonder what your thoughts are on one, people that have these spiritual egos, and two, for a person who's maybe has doubts about their gift, how they can differentiate between a calling and ego.
Yeah. Well, see, the gift, that's just funny because as soon as you asked that question, the answer popped in. The whole idea is that we have a connection to our energy source. So rather than we sit there and healing people, we have to open up the connection that we have with the energies to call the energies in to do the healing. So when I worked on this one lady, I remember the individual I was with that was doing her vibration healing and everything. She came out and said, I can't break through. Could you come and help me? I said, no. I said, oh, she said, why not? Because that person has to ask. You can't ask for her. So she went back in and the individual said, yes. So I went in and I opened up her head. And people don't realize how easy it is to do surgery, where you can go right into the head. And you simply take a feather and you go down the middle of your head, and that's the incision. Then you take the feather and move the skin over. And then you can look into, at that particular time, I could see within her brain. And when I looked, they said, okay, now follow the light. So I followed the light, and inside the brain was a dark spot. And then they said, take your surgical knife, sit there, put it here, and then scrape it. So I scraped it, and then the energies transferred all of their information from the right brain to the left side. So what they did was, see, I called on the energy, and they showed me what to do. So then after I closed her up and she went home, I got a call from her about a week later, and she was cussing me out from one foot to the top of my head. And then I started laughing. And she said, it's not funny. Why are you laughing? I said, you're remembering. Because she could sit there and say, I'm going to go and get a loaf of bread. And she'd take one step and she'd forget. So she had memory. But after we did that ceremony, her memory came back. And I said, nightmares come along with the other things as well. And after that, she came to almost every lodge I had because she finally realized that the things had been transferred to the other side of her brain. So now she had her memory back.
Yeah, when you say surgery with a feather, you are talking metaphorically, aren't you? Or like
Yeah.
energy is not actually carving a head open with a
But you
with a feather.
actually, you really actually do it, but you do it in an energy way.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. It's just that some people will be listening and maybe think, "What? A very short feather?"
Here's the butcher knife. Oh, yeah. So the other thing that people have to get rid of their egos is number one, understand they aren't the healers. They're the people who basically conduct an opening so that the energy can come to them to show them what to do so the energy can go in and do the healing. So when I do things, people say, well, you heal me. I said, no, you heal yourself because you connected to the energies that heal.